Welcome to the Lokar Car Show. I'm Sam Madavi coming to you this week from Cheyenne, Wyoming at the Cars, Cigars, Guitars Charity Car Show brought to you by AHEPA Chapter 211. Welcome to the Lokar Car Show. This is going to be one awesome car.
And I said, it doesn't even run yet. And look at it now, it's amazing.
The annual Cars, Cigars, and Guitars Charity Car Show happens in beautiful Cheyenne, Wyoming. This event is possible because of the AHEPA Cowboy Chapter 211. AHEPA was first created in Atlanta, Georgia in 1922 as a way for Greek citizens to fight against the bigotry they faced. This fraternal order has spread across the United States and other countries, promoting Hellenic values that include education, philanthropy, and civil responsibility. There are over 400 AHEPA chapters, and Cheyenne Chapter 211 was established way back in 1928. Here they are still giving back to the community. Each year, the Cars, Cigars, and Guitars Car Show raises money for local charities, and the impact of their charity is tremendous. Nick and the crew built this car 6 years ago for Cheyenne Wheels for Charity, and Pat was the lucky winner. He won it with a raffle. How cool was that, right? I heard he raised $80,000 with that raffle, and it all went to the charity.
He's done a tremendous job with the Wheels for Charity program that he started and continued for several years.
Yeah.
1942 Ford Business Coupe.
Business Coupe. It sits on a Dodge Dakota chassis, but it's a Ford, so they couldn't go with a Dodge engine, and they went with the Mercury 4.6 or the Ford 4.6 Windsor modular motor, which is stuffed up under that hood. But everything's there and everything works. Nick and the crew at his shop also did the stereo system. Huge enclosure, very nicely done.
Very well done.
Do you ever turn on the bass and roll out through the shows where everyone can hear you bounce into the bass?
Not quite all the way. Not quite all the way.
It would hurt.
No.
Let me tell you, those are some powerful speakers. But that trunk is huge.
It is. It was the Business Coupe, and I think the salesmen of those days hauled everything they sold around in this car.
I love the headlights. I saw you working with it with your app.
Yes,
that's fun, huh?
Neat stuff into it.
So you show this a lot? Do you take it to a lot of car shows?
You know, I haven't. I got it through COVID, and it didn't do too much at that point. But trying to get out and get it shown in the community again.
Well, I'm glad you brought it out here. I did not know about Cheyenne Wheels for Charity, so that's something new that we know about.
Thank you very much, and I do enjoy it.
You know, George, for me, it's about drivers. It's eye-catching, draws me to the truck, but at the end of the day, you get to drive it, right?
Right.
And this is what this is about.
So I drive this to work when I can in the summer. It's a 55 Chevy. It has a Camaro subframe, a big block Chevy 454.
Really?
12-bolt Plazzi.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a real nice driver.
Yeah.
Did you do all the work yourself? Did you buy it like this?
No, I had a client that saw a truck in my office, a model truck, and she said, I have one of these. And I said, well, would you be willing to sell it? And she said, yes, come look at it. And I looked at it and I made a deal, but it took me 2 years to come up with it to get it. It sat for 10 years without ever being driven in a garage. And so when I got it, I had to clean it up and redo the rear end, a lot of work. So
That is so, but it's worth it. Like I said, you put just enough into it where it doesn't break the bank. You're not afraid to drive it anywhere. You'll go out and enjoy it. And when you enjoy it, other people see you out driving it, they enjoy it.
I'll go down the street sometimes, somebody will roll the window down and like wave at me, and I'll look over and a kid's over there and say, hey, what year's your truck? I really like it. And then I yell back, it's a 55, you know. And
there you go. And that kid will have that impression, and you never know what'll take that kid there. You know, that's right. We have to get them involved. We got to get them replacing us because my hands hurt, so do my knees. This is beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah,
always
thanks
a pleasure
lot, man.
seeing you here.
Good to see you, man. Thanks for coming out.
Absolutely. We'll be right back with more of the Lokar Car Show. Man, look at all the offices you have in this building.
You know, it takes a lot to run the company, and it's the stuff nobody sees, right? We've got tech, sales, marketing, accounting, we've got HR. You saw all of the production, you saw all of the R&D, you saw the manufacturing, but this is kind of the backside that nobody sees. Usually, everybody in here is hard at work trying to create the best experience for the customer, right? Whether that's billing or tech or anything like that. We try to minimize tech, so we build a better product.
No kidding, right?
But we have several guys in here working. We have several guys in marketing, and we just try to promote the product as best we can, and we wanted a beautiful place to do it in.
Well, you guys do an absolute awesome job. Keep up the good work. Welcome back to more of the Lokar Car Show. I am here with Fred with his beautiful Studebaker Hawk. It's not every day you see a Studebaker at a show, especially one in this nice a condition. What year is it?
1961. I bought it new.
What?
Yeah.
You're the original owner of
I'm
this?
the original owner.
So you've been opening this hood that's 400 pounds for that long?
Yeah.
Man, you must be strong.
I was stronger. I bought it as a graduation present to myself
Really?
in 61 from high school.
From high school?
Yeah.
Man, that is so
I
cool.
drove it all through college. It's got 158,000 miles on it.
Wow.
You know,
So you've had this since day one. Have you
Since-
restored it?
only thing that's been done, it's got a paint job.
That's it.
Well, repainted and upholstery.
Upholstery.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Other than that, yeah.
Original
it's
engine, original transmission. Of course, you've
Yeah.
done the brakes over.
Upgraded the engine a little bit. Made a little more power with it.
So we were talking about the wings earlier, the fins in the back. Every car was doing it
Everybody.
through the 50s, late 50s, and
Yeah.
you said they ended in 61 with this one.
This
and
one.
they got bigger as they went away.
Yep, yeah, last year for fins on the Hawk.
I'd never seen a Hawk before.
That's interesting. Yeah, they're fewer.
Huh. What a history. The fact that you're the one owner of it.
One owner.
So are there any children, sons or grandsons that are going to get it after you?
Probably that fella right over there is going to get it.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good job. It looks like he's going to take good care of it too.
I think he'll be fine.
I'm here with Bryce. He's also got a Barracuda he's owned 27 years that has been a project for the last 20 years.
1967 Plymouth Barracuda. Originally, I was going to put a 5.7 Hemi in it. My friend said, no, you need to put a big block in it.
When you say Hemi, first gen Hemi or the new Hemi?
The new Hemi.
Okay. So how much horsepower do you think it makes?
Enough to get in trouble. It's a 496 cubic inch. It does have Indy aluminum heads with a electronic port injection.
So is this kind of stuff that you would have found back in the 60s and 70s?
No, the port injection is actually designed off of a 1994 system.
Right.
So any of the parts, I could go to a parts store and buy the parts.
There you go.
So it's not something you have to special order parts.
You have to go aftermarket
Right.
or anything like that.
Right. I had another friend, he did the interior for us. Another friend, we did the body work, and then he did the paint, but it was my idea of the paint scheme.
Now notice the mud guards in the back. Tell me about those.
The little guards back there, so when the tires are spinning, the rubber comes up on the side of the cars. Well, what those do is it keeps the rubber from going up on the side of the cars. I seen it at another car show and thought, I don't want to clean my car every single time I play, so let's put those guards on there.
I'm here with Craig, and we all know how hot Broncos are. His is exceptionally hot. Look at that paint.
It's a 1976 Bronco. I'm the second owner. It had 66,000 miles on it when I bought it. Bought it from my mom's neighbor. So it was right in their backyard, just sitting up on block. I had been bugging the guy for years to buy it, and he never wanted to sell it. And then finally one day he said he was ready to sell it.
How long has the restoration been complete?
The restoration took about 2 years, and then I've had it for about 2 years.
That is beautiful. I love the
Thanks.
color. Where's the color from?
So the color is based on a Chrysler color called Mango Tango, but they doctored it up a little bit so it's a custom color based on Mango Tango.
Beautiful. I
Thanks.
love the fact that you did a frame off restoration, but you didn't go change out the frame, you didn't change out anything. You kept it Bronco, you beefed everything up, made it look new, and you kept a small block Ford in there. That looks beautiful under the hood.
I tried to keep it somewhat original, and I wanted to stick with an orange color theme. I wanted to do justice to the Bronco legacy.
You did, because you didn't go outside, you didn't go crazy, chassis, coyote, four-door, you know what I mean? You kept it true to it. Now, tell me about the window cranks. That fooled me.
They look like they're manual crank windows, like 1976 had, but they're actually automatic windows, and you push them up and they go up, down and they go down.
If your buddy goes in there and he tries to roll down the window, you're gonna have to kick his butt because he broke it.
Yeah, that's the first thing I tell everybody when they get in is they're not cranked.
We'll be right back with more of the Lokar Car Show. Hey, how you guys doing? Hey, what's up, buddy? How you doing? You too.
Been busy, you know how it goes.
Smelled so good in there. Medium. Rare is for real, man.
If you finally realize you're out of space, you've got an extra car, an extra bike, extra equipment, Car Capsule has the solution for you. The Outdoor Showcase. It's super easy to set up and convenient. Virtually there is no setup. Turn on the pump, it inflates in less than 5 minutes. Pull your car in and you're protected, you're out of the weather. Whether it's hail, snow, wind or rain, we got you covered. You need access? Use the side door to walk in and our main door to drive out. Zip it back up, you have a totally enclosed protection against hail, snow, ice, wind, and rain. Continuous airflow, like all of our products, protect your car from mold, mildew, rust, and corrosion. So when you get ready to take it out, unzip the door, drive out, you're good to go in showroom condition at an affordable price.
Welcome back to more from the Lokar Car Show. I'm here with Nick Dodson, and he is the promoter of Cars, Cigars, and Guitars Under the Stars. The cars are the stars of the show. This one may not look like a star, but it's got a rich history behind it.
It's got a really cool story. So this belongs to a gentleman by the name of Frank Hone. Frank is a gentleman who bought this new. He loves Dodge trucks. And actually, he is a huge fan of your great mentor, Sam.
Yep, Sam Amolo.
And we talked to him on the radio show today. So this truck is called Nancy. Nancy is a 79 Dodge B300. This is his beloved truck. He tragically is losing his sight. And so he has passed this on to me as the keeper. So I take it out and make sure that Nancy gets seen as a true example of a great old-fashioned pickup truck.
Original as can be.
Original as can be, slant six, 727 torque flights. It's not going anywhere quickly, but it will get you there. And it will go through any Prius that pulls in front of it.
Now, what about the paint job? Is that original or is that
No,
painted?
so he did actually have somebody pull out in front of him back in the 90s, I believe, early 2000s, because it was his girl.
Right.
He had Nancy completely redone, and that's what you see today.
That is so cool. Like you see.
When he gets to see this TV show, because I can't send him pictures,
Yep.
but he'll be able to hear that Nancy was on the Lokar Car Show.
I'm here with Fred, and next to him is his Chevy SSR. I'm going to have him tell you all about it and how much he loves round trucks.
My dad used to buy Chevys, and we had several round trucks, 49, 50, 51. You know, they were round up until I think 53.
Yep.
I had one, turned it into a hot rod. Sold it, and said, I gotta have another brown truck.
Yep. And luckily they made this one.
Yep.
Hard top convertible.
Yep.
Finished out bed.
Yep.
So the wife may think it's not a truck, but you can still have a payload.
Well, she said, that's not a truck. And I said, it is too. So I went to the feed store and bought a 50-pound bag of birdseed, threw it in the back, took it out and said, see, it's a truck.
That's so cool.
We still haven't decided yet whether that's true or not.
One day you'll make a decision. Now these were built on a 99 or later S10 chassis. This stopped the production of the Chevy Camaros and the Firebirds. They built this for what, about 3 to 6 years, you said?
Give or take, yeah.
Yep. And then the Camaro came back out in 2010.
Yep. I went to have it serviced and they said, do you know what engine you've got? I said, no, 5.3, I think, or 5.7. And they said, no, you've got a 6.
And you went and punched it, didn't you?
Well, I found out it accelerates a little bit more than my old pickup does.
What a cool car.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Fred. I'm here with Desiree and her beautiful Dodge Viper. What year is it?
2010.
2010.
Yep.
And how long have you wanted to own a Viper?
20 years.
20 years,
Yep.
and you finally got one.
Yeah, I finally
Now, you
got
said
it.
you went to go look for one in a far-off place, and the guy wouldn't sell it to you.
Yeah, he wouldn't sell it to me. He didn't want to answer my phone calls or my texts or my messages or anything.
What a mistake.
I know.
Absolutely. You went and got a nicer one, I
Got a
think.
nicer one.
Look at all the carbon fiber on this, on the bottom. The steering wheel is so nice in this thing. I hadn't seen one on another Viper. That's got to be custom aftermarket from Viper,
I
maybe.
think it is.
And the
Yep.
spoiler as well.
Spoiler.
So do you enjoy this, or do you just bring it to car shows? Or you?
Nope, I don't usually do very many car shows, but I do enjoy it. I take it out on the road and just drive until I don't feel like driving anymore.
American muscle
car.
raw, you know? And this one's been tuned as well.
This one's been tuned by Dickie Winkles.
Really? So
yeah.
do you know how much power it made?
628.
At the wheels.
Uh-huh.
Wow. That is
It's sweet.
healthy. Man,
He
I
gets
bet
up
you
and
really
runs.
yeah,
This,
I bet.
this car's name is Sammy the Snake.
I named my cars too.
All my cars
That's
have
so
names,
cool.
yeah.
Sammy's a great name also.
Very true.
So what other kind of cars do you have at home?
Well, I have a TR6, 74, 1956 Chevy, the Mercedes project that I did. It's a 2003 Mercedes.
You were the girl that was out there doing it.
Yeah, I just love the cars and the bikes. Very
Thank you
true.
so much, Desiree.
Yep,
It was really
absolutely.
good talking to you, meeting you,
Thank
and
you.
hearing about your collection. Thank you so much.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
that.
Thank you.
I am here with Tim, Carl, and Andy, and they are all from AHEPA. The 211 chapter, which is the sponsor of Cars, Cigars, and Guitars, is where Tim is from. Now, Andy, tell us about you and your chapter.
Well, I'm originally from Hudson Chapter 108 in Jersey City. My chapter was actually formed in July of 1926.
I come from Middletown, Ohio, Chapter 209. Our chapter was started just before Tim's. A lot of the chapters do a lot of great works. Our works focused on homelessness. We worked with a program called Shalom. We would house and feed homeless people in our chapter. It's great to see chapters like Tim's here in Cheyenne that's able to leverage all of their talents in order to raise funds for numerous charities over the last 4 years. I mean, Tim, that's absolutely remarkable.
35 years ago, we formed the 5th District AHEPA Cancer Research Foundation. We have given out $1.2 million in grants only to institutions that do cancer research. And these institutions are nationally recognized by the NHI in Washington, D.C.
There's a lot of work that AHEPA does internationally. When Andy was Supreme President, he was the first Supreme President to go to the EU. Also to NATO. When I was Supreme President, I was able to go with B'nai B'rith and the American Hellenic Institute, and we did a regional visitation with Greece, with Cyprus, and Israel. Those 3 countries because they're the only 3 democratic nations in Eastern Mediterranean. So that falls in line with U.S. strategic thinking.
That shows you the depth and the width of what we do throughout the United States and throughout the world.
Man, that is so special.
Yep.
And I had no idea about this until I met you 3 years ago. This is so cool what you guys do, especially what you do here with the car show and the charities. The city of Cheyenne is the capital of Wyoming and was established in 1867. Its roots lie in the creation of the Union Pacific Railroad. The railroad has always been an important part of Cheyenne's history as it became a major crossroad to the West Coast. You will still find buffalo herds here as you drive up just 90 miles north of Denver, Colorado. Cheyenne is a rich city filled with culture and history and a great place to be and visit. The Cars, Cigars, Guitars Charity Car Show is one of my favorite. It's in the historical city, Cheyenne, Wyoming. I love coming out here and seeing everything. But the special thing about this show is Tim and Nick pick new charities every year to give all the proceeds to. This year they've picked 4 special ones here local to Cheyenne. So if you guys want to check out a really cool show and check out the historic city of Cheyenne, Wyoming, I highly recommend this particular car show. For me, that's a wrap.